11-year-old Filipina girl shocks the judges singing Disney classic golden buzzer moment. When the lights dimmed and the crowd hushed, a small figure stepped onto the massive stage. She was barefoot, her simple floral dress fluttering slightly under the bright spotlights. Her name was Maya Santos, an 11-year-old girl from Cebu, Philippines. Her eyes were wide, not with fear, but with a quiet determination that made the audience lean in, sensing something extraordinary about this child. The judges on Global Talent Quest had seen hundreds of contestants that day, most with big dreams and shaky voices, but something about this little girl's calm presence felt different. "Hello, sweetheart," one of the judges smiled. "What are you going to sing for us today?" Maya clutched the microphone tightly. "I'll sing Reflection from Mulan," she said softly, her voice barely above a whisper. Some in the audience smiled politely. A Disney song. Cute choice, they thought. Probably another sweet kid with a small, trembling voice. But they didn't know what was coming. Just before the music started, Maya looked up at the ceiling lights, as if whispering a silent prayer. In her heart, she thought of her mother, lying in a hospital bed back home. The doctors had told her that her mother's heart condition required surgery they could never afford. Maya wasn't here for fame. She was here because she'd promised her mother, "I'll sing for you, Mama. I'll find a way." The first note left her lips, and instantly the room transformed. Her voice wasn't timid or unsure, it was pure, powerful, and filled with emotion far beyond her years. Each note carried pain, hope, and love all at once. The audience sat in stunned silence as her voice soared through the theater, trembling with sincerity. One of the judges, a well-known record producer, blinked rapidly, unable to hide his shock. Another clasped her hands to her chest, whispering, "She's not just singing, she's telling a story." When Maya reached the chorus, "Who is that girl I see, staring straight back at me?" her voice cracked slightly, and in that small imperfection was a beauty that broke hearts. It was raw. Real. By the time she sang the final note, tears were streaming down her face. She didn't bow. She didn't smile. She just stood there, clutching the microphone, trembling. For a long, breathless second, the audience was silent. Then the judges rose to their feet, followed by the entire theater. The applause was thunderous. But one judge, Simon, known for his tough critiques, didn't clap right away. Instead, he looked at her intently, his eyes unusually soft. He pressed the golden button before anyone else could move. The stage erupted in gold confetti as Maya gasped, covering her mouth in disbelief. Her tiny body shook as tears poured down her cheeks. The host rushed in to hug her while the audience chanted her name. Simon leaned toward the microphone and said, "You didn't just sing a song, Maya, you reminded you." "Mama, we did it," Maya whispered, trying to stop her tears. They pressed the golden buzzer. I think we can finally get your surgery." Her mother sobbed softly on the other end. "No matter what happens, Anik, you've already healed my heart." The days that followed were like a dream. Videos of her performance spread across the world, tens of millions of views overnight. People were moved not just by her voice, but by her story. Donations began pouring in from around the globe. Letters arrived from children, parents, and strangers, each one telling her how she had inspired them to believe again, to chase their dreams, to never give up. One message stood out, a handwritten note from a little girl in Ohio who wrote, "When you sang Reflection, I saw myself. Thank you for showing me that even small voices can make big changes." Months later, when Maya returned to the same stage for the finals, her mother was sitting in the front row, healthy and glowing. Maya sang again, not as a desperate child fighting for her mother's life, but as a young artist sharing her heart with the world. And when she finished, the judges didn't even wait for the applause, they ran onto the stage to embrace her. She didn't win the competition that night. But as her mother hugged her tightly, Maya realized she had already won something far greater, the hearts of millions. Years later, Maya would go on to create a foundation that funded music scholarships for underprivileged children, helping them find their own voices. Whenever she spoke to students, she would tell them the same thing she learned that day. Your voice, whether it's loud or soft, broken or strong, can change the world if it comes from love. And somewhere in a quiet home in Cebu, framed on the wall, hung a single piece of golden confetti, the first sparkle of hope that started it all. Moral: sometimes the smallest voices carry the biggest dreams. When love gives you courage, even one song can change a life. And maybe, the world.